We learned this week, or really, if we're honest, just too late last week for last week's what we learned, but by golly we weren't about to miss out on this, that the peacemakers are, after all, blessed, just like it says in Matthew 5:9. We learned that though those pencil-necked desk jockeys on the Norwegian Nobel Committee had been bewilderingly unmoved by the labours of the greatest peacemaker this side of Abraham himself, perhaps, who knows, he had just been too modest and self-effacing and tactful for his own good.
Prime Minister Abe of Japan gave me the most beautiful copy of a letter that he sent to the people who give out a thing called the Nobel Prize. He said, I have nominated you, or respectfully, on behalf of Japan, I am asking them to give you the Nobel Peace Prize. I said, thank you. Many other people feel that way too. I'll probably never get it, but that's okay. They gave it to Obama. He didn't even know what he got it for. If it were somebody else, they would have gotten 5 Nobel Prizes. I never even got a mention. I think I'm going to get a Nobel Prize for a lot of things if they gave it out fairly, which they don't.
We learned that there was one organisation sufficiently robustly principled, so famously virtuous, so proverbially incorruptible, and so rigorously committed to fair play that they could see what those chunky-jumpered moose botherers in Oslo would not. We learned that the Fédération Internationale des Associations de Football, better known, universally respected, and really very rarely condemned as a wretched sack of shifty crooks as FIFA, had completely coincidentally chosen this of all moments to inaugurate the FIFA Peace Prize. On award night itself, we learned, of course, that due to the meticulous process by which the doubtless many deserving nominees that FIFA solemnly considered were whittled diligently down to one, suspense shrouded until the very last minute the identity of the first winner of this extremely prestigious trophy, which FIFA will definitely ever bother to award again.
I don't know that I'm getting it. I haven't been officially noticed. I've been hearing about a Peace Prize.
We learned, however, that on this occasion the bookmakers had called it.
Please welcome the very first winner of the FIFA Peace Prize.
Come on, let's give him a drum roll.
The 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump. Please.
Well, blow me down. We learned that not only did this immensely eminent accolade come with a trophy, albeit one depicting hands holding a globe and therefore resembling somewhat ironically in this context 4 Diego Maradonas cheating England out of a World Cup semi-final at once.
Mr. President, this is your prize, this is your Peace Prize.
But a medal.
There is also a beautiful medal for you that you can wear everywhere you want to go.
I'm gonna wear it right now.
Okay, let me hold. Fantastic. Excellent.
A medal which, to be clear, absolutely does have any more gravitas than a plastic sheriff's badge which fell out of a box of Fruit Loops, an assessment with which all right-thinking people will concur. We learned, anyway, that there remains nothing quite like the promise of some title and or bauble, however obviously contrived and or ridiculous, to get a celebrity to turn up at your wingding and to retain their favour thereafter. We swiftly learned, indeed, that the ruse is sufficiently potent as to get the President of the United States to turn on one of his own country's national games in favour of a foreign sport invented by cheese-eating Europeans.
When you look at what has happened to football in the United States, again, soccer in the United States, we seem to never call it that because we have a little bit of a conflict with another thing that's called football. But when you think about it, shouldn't it really be called? I mean, this is football. There's no question about it. We have to come up with another name for this. It really doesn't make sense when you think about it.
We have not as yet learned whether the NFL has heeded what seems a fairly heavy hint that the sport over which it presides should be renamed Trump Ball, and or that every team in it should be renamed in the President's honour, perhaps in time for a Super Bowl between the Green Bay Donalds and the Buffalo Donalds. And why stop there? There's plenty of first family to go round, and given the way the Browns got belted last week by Tennessee, who on this season's form would frankly struggle to beat Monocle, we suggest the Cleveland Erics. And sticking with the theme of Europeans, and indeed of heads of state convicted of crimes in courts of law, actually, always a delight though it is to hear from the Bobby Full of Four, probably some rueful accordion is going to go better here. No, a bit more rueful. There it is. We learned that just in time for Christmas. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy, recently dispatched to the slammer for trousering bungs from loopy Libyan despot Muammar Gaddafi, had published his non-awaited contribution to the canon of jailhouse literature in the shape of Diary of a Prisoner, a brutal, unsparing recollection of his 20 days behind bars.
Wow.
Which, to be honest, sounds more of an anecdote than a book, but let's give it a chance. We learned that Nicolas Sarkozy's Diary of a Prisoner was already being compared to Alexander Solzhenitsyn's The Gulag Archipelago.
Compared to Alexander Solzhenitsyn, The Gulag Archipelago, Nicolas Sarkozy's Diary of a Prisoner absolutely blows.
And we learned that it has much to tell us about the privations of French prison life. We learned, for example, that the food is unlikely to be starred by Michelin.
Mushy and soggy baguettes.
These are all genuine quotes, incidentally, voiced by Monocle's dissatisfied customers desk chief, Tom Webb. We learned that the beds were uncomfortable.
I had never felt a hardier mattress. The pillows were made of strange material, perhaps plastic, and the blankets were blankets in name only.
And that the showers were ill-equipped for Sarkozy's luxuriant bouffant.
This thin stream of water stopped very quickly, like a tamer. You constantly add to finely button et presit.
All right, Papillon, we get the idea. For Monocle Radio, I'm Andrew Mueller.